Alright everyone, in this video, I will be explaining the most asked questions I get all the time. I'm making this video because it is very annoying and I get so many questions that I just hate answering millions and millions of times. And now I will be answering them all in this video. And if I missed any, please comment down below and I will answer them in the comments. And I'll probably answer it in my next video. That way you just aren't confused or anything. Anyways, let's get started. So one of my most asked questions is, what is the cost to upload a UGC? So to upload a bundle, which is the most expensive out of all of them, is 3,250, which is the 750 upload fee, plus the marketplace fee, which is 2,500. And all of them have the same upload fee, but they all have different publishing fees, if that makes sense. So face accessories, hats, and dynamic heads are all 2,250, so still the base upload fee of 750, and then 1,500 to upload it to the marketplace. And all the other accessories are all 1,750, 1,000 to upload it to the marketplace, and 750 to upload. And all 3D clothing are 1,350, so they are 600 to publish and 750 to upload. All right, on to the next question. So when importing, sometimes your object or mesh will turn out gray. That's because you didn't add the texture. You didn't add the texture from the mesh. So what you can do is you can go into the properties tab of the mesh, and all you need to do that is just alt click your mesh and then make sure you have the properties open in the view tab and then properties, and then you can just click the texture ID, click on it, click add image, and then upload your image, and then after that it should pop up. All right, next question. Will this UGC do good? I get asked this a lot, and this is a very annoying question because I don't know how many sales your UGC is going to get because I'm not an expert on the algorithm. I can't tell you the exact amount. I can only tell you if your quality is good and if your item is good trending, and I could tell you if it has potential to be good, but I can't tell you your sales or how much you'll make. It's just I don't know. Like anyways, on to the next question. How do I make mini avatars? You can't do it the way I do it, because the way I do it with using the auto setup, it requires it to be a certain size, and limbs can't really overlap when you use the auto setup. So that won't really work out because in most mini avatars they overlap, but still, even then, using auto setup, you cannot make mini avatars. It won't let you. You can make them kind of small, but not mini. It's just not very possible. In order to do that, you must manually rig them, and I will link a video down below that shows you every step to manually rig. Note, it is not for beginners at all. You need to be really good with Blender. You need to know exactly what you're doing. I do not recommend starting out manually rigging. It is just no way. Manually rigging does give you less limitations on what you can upload, and I say, like, really, if you really want to start making a lot of money with UGC, then definitely take the time to learn manual rigging. I personally haven't, but I need to badly, and I will. And once I do that, I will start making more complex videos on actually how to do it. I'll explain it. Like the video linked below, it doesn't really explain much. It's kind of speechless and it's just video, but I will explain everything that happens, and I will try to make it as simple as I can for you guys, because I really want you guys to actually start making better UGC, and I think it's really possible. I need to get better, and before I tell you guys what to do, I need to focus on myself and my own UGC before I can tell you guys exactly what to do, because I just am not experienced enough to actually do that. Anyways, How do I make recolorable UGC? I've been asked this a few times, and honestly, a lot of people don't really know you can make recolorable UGC, which is kind of weird to me because there's a lot of recolorable and not many people ask. But recolorable UGCs are really good, especially if you want to make something human-like. So like that kind of looks like a normal avatar, like the plushie that DVD Co makes, or anything else that you just want to have different colors on without making multiple different UGC. And you can actually do that by having a transparent spot on your texture. So if you have a texture that has multiple colors on it, like the color palette that I gave you in previous videos, which is also linked down below in case you still need it. It's in the Discord, and then you can just go access it through there. But I will actually link I will add something in the Discord. The color palette, I will make a color palette that also has a transparent spot, and I will do a better review on this in a different video on how to actually make recolorable UGC. But basically, you just move all the texture that you want to be recolorable in that little transparent spot. So you can, if you want the entire thing to be recolorable, just go ahead and add a completely transparent image and it should work, in case you don't want to manually UV edit or whatever. But yeah, that's really all you need to do. Just make a transparent spot on it and then just put the UV editing onto the transparent spot, and I'll go over that in another video, but if you know what I'm talking about, then you know how to do it. Next question, how long does it take for your bundles to take off? I get asked this quite a bit because people compare their sales to mine, and honestly, I'll tell you something that'll get really big, you won't notice immediately. Honestly, I've had, well, my most selling item started off pretty slow. It was getting like not a lot when it first came out. Then it started getting like 1K a day, 2K a day. It slowly rised. And then after about a month, or maybe a little more than that, one day it just went up to like 10K a day. And I was just mind blown by that. And then after that, it slowly dropped because it was like a Saturday when it happened. So it was like crazy player count, blah, blah, blah. And then it dropped to like a steady 5K a day, which was still like amazing to me. Then one day, it was like one Friday when summer was getting out, it went up to like 25K a day. And then after that, it was just like 30K a day that entire week. And then every Friday it would just jump to like 40K a day, 50K a day, 60K a day, and then it peaked around 70K a day, and then it kind of dropped, and now it's at a steady 50, 60K a day, which is really, really good for me. And really, that's kind of how it works. It just slowly like rises. So don't compare your thing that's getting like 1K a day to like, don't compare it to my 60K a day, because I was in your shoes too. Anyways, how much do I make? This is my most asked question by far, but I want to be transparent with you guys because I think the best way to learn is from others, and I want all of you to be motivated and all of you to realize how much you can actually make from UGC. So I actually make roughly 400 to 500K a week, depending on holidays or player count or whatever. And sometimes it drops to like 300K, but not very often it does that. But no, it stays pretty steady and it's completely passive, which is why I think UGC is the best way to make money. It's just so good. And then you can do commissions on top of it. Like there's so many things you can do with UGC. It's just amazing. It's definitely, I think, if you really want to start making money and you develop and you model specifically, I say quit game development, do UGC, and then go back to game development. All right, now after we go to our questions, we will now go to the errors that people get. There are a lot of errors that people get, and I can't really cover every single one of them in this video, but I will try to cover most of them, most of the most common ones for sure. Anyways, the first one is this. This means your mesh is too big on the z-axis. And it can also be for any other axis like x and y, but z is the height. Honestly, it kind of sucks this one because you need to fully resize your mesh before putting it into auto setup. So you need to scale it down on the z-axis to fit, and then you need to put it through auto setup. All right, next one. This one means that your character is not in the right pose and that your limbs are not straight enough. And the only way I think I know how to fix this is by just making sure it is in the right pose and making sure it is in a T or A pose. So how do you fix this is just basically just move your legs or arms or whatever it is back into a normal position, which is kind of hard to do. You can also rig it and then it'll let you move it, but if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Basically, it's kind of a weird bug, but I don't really know. If you want to ask me a question on it, then I'll help you out, but other than that, I say just kind of try your best on that one. All right, then there's this one. This one is really bad. If you get this one, this means your object is so far off from a valid avatar that it's not recognized by auto setup as it's not recognized by auto setup as a valid avatar. Basically, you just need to make sure all your limbs are separate, your head has a neck, your legs are separated too. You want to make sure it's most human-like as possible. Just make sure everything, like, there's nothing overlapping, and honestly, you should be fine. All right, next one. This one is so common, but it's pretty easy fix. All you need to do is whatever limb it says is you just need to alt click on it. So hold alt and then click on whatever limb and size it up on every axis until it works. It's kind of weird, but basically it's saying it's too thin and it goes visible, or it goes like invisible at some points, which isn't good, and you just need to make sure it doesn't go invisible when it's too small, when it's like animating or whatever. So just make it bigger on every axis until it works, and you should be fine. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please join the Discord down below. It'll explain everything so much better, and there's a lot of helpful people in there. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like, please help the algorithm, and have a good one.